We are at Cuyahoga Valley, one of the locks. There you go, there's one of the locks. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty doggone cool.
Morning, after mistaking a construction site for a detour,
Kind of a rough detour here.
we made our way to the Ohio and Erie Canal, which would be our route for the next 70 miles or so.
Good morning, we're still living the dream.
Every day is a little bit better.
It's awesome.
We are now riding the towpath along the Ohio to Erie Canal. I'm not sure what the name of the canal is actually. It's the Cuyahoga River Canal. With more details to follow, but beautiful shady trail, nice kind of sandy but hard-packed surface. Just leaving Massillon, arguable home of the origin of American football. But since that's where we were, we're going to stick with that story. Yeah, another beautiful morning in Northeast Ohio, heading up to Akron to get Julianna's thumb fixed, and then we'll see where we go from there. Still water in the old canal, all covered in algae. It's cool to think 150, 200 years ago, you know, there were mules or oxen pulling barges up and down this stretch of water here. That's how they moved all the resources that they needed for this industrial revolution that was happening in Cleveland and Akron and all these places. Of course, they didn't last. The railroads replaced them all. Very shortly afterwards, the canal system was kind of a bust, but we get to reap the rewards of their engineering with these smooth trails, very flat terrain, and traffic-free riding. It's magnificent. And also you get this little bit of history as you go. There's some of the old locks and the old lock house. Someone's planted some pretty flowers along here, unless they just grew naturally. One of Canal Fulton, apparently a historical area.
Once we reached the town of Canal Fulton, the remnants of the canal became more and more evident, with old ruins still standing, slowly being swallowed by the lush forests it once carved through.
So the official name of this section of the Ohio to Erie Trail is the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail. And this was probably the first of all these trails, since it was here historically back in the early 1800s.
So pretty.
Not to be confused with the Erie Canal, which is the canal trail we'll be taking across New York along the Erie Canal. That one goes from Lake Erie to the Hudson River.
Oh, that is pretty.
I'm not sure where this one goes. I don't know if it goes much further than Akron or if that's where it kind of stopped. Have to do a little digging on that.
So we're following the Ohio to Erie Canal, and this is called the Towpath Trail, where oxen and horses towed barges down this canal to supply cities. Very historic area. Beautiful.
what do you know about that? The year I was born.
Good catch, Julianna.
We keep looking for cardinals. We see them all the time, but just never when the camera's on. They're magnificent, just so beautiful, but they're very elusive, really hard to capture. They like to be out of sight as much as possible, and they just kind of flit through really quickly, then they're gone.
Sitting inside the Cleveland Clinic. I rode our bikes here today to get an injection, steroid injection in my hand. It's gonna feel so much better pretty soon, and it's just really a wonderful place. I got some real good care. I'm real happy with it.
Finding a route through Akron, getting downtown to our hotel. Not too bad of a ride so far. Take a right here. It's lots of parks, fairly decent roads, although a little bumpy.
After Julianna got her steroid shot, we found our hotel, a very nice Marriott which we paid for in credit card points. And then we found yet another outstanding restaurant to satisfy our incurable appetites.
Somewhere along the way, as we're moving into the eastern part of the country, there's a lot more Italian restaurants, more authentic, family type of restaurants. So we're moving away from the Mexican and we're starting to go towards the Italian, where you can definitely get a good carb boost for the next day.
Definitely. Outside the Marriott, waiting for our breakfast to be ready.
There's downtown Akron, reasonably bustling city, I guess. Some nice murals. It's a Saturday morning on the Ohio Erie towpath trail. Got a fair amount of bikers this morning. It looks like it's going to be a hot day. We are not done with this hot weather. Julianna's trying to turn around so she can give us her good morning. This will give me 15 minutes. That's all it's going to take.
Morning.
Good morning. We had to do a little end around to get to this little Cleveland Clinic area where Julianna got her thumb injected. You got a little sunscreen on there.
It's probably just spit.
It's probably just spittle. Where's the spittoon when you need it, you know? So ever since we saw the mail pouch barns, we've been chomping on the mail pouch. We're going to be riding up to Cleveland, to the southern edge of Cleveland. Hotels are really expensive in town. It's a Saturday night. So it's a short ride today, but it's all going to be along the canal, and it's all going to be along this Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Some pretty stuff along the towpath. I'll try and show it to you. Cool locks. This is obviously a very hilly city. As the canal goes through, it creates a bunch of locks. Anyway, on to Cleveland and Lake Erie. We should be seeing Lake Erie by the end of the day. Cheers. Check out that amazing new mirror. Finally found something that'll work. Adds to my dashboard. Quite a mess I've got there, but everything's got a purpose. See the railroad way up there.
We spent probably too little time checking out Akron and its historic locks, opting instead for the trail ahead through Cuyahoga Valley National Park. We figured this might be a day for taking our time and enjoying the sights. We weren't disappointed.
I love this old stuff.
Soon we came upon a massive farmer's market located just off the trail. Julianna spent her time oohing and eyeing over the fresh produce, the flowers, and the all-too autumnal Gordon pumpkin selection. I, on the other hand, couldn't wait to be on our way, overwhelmed by the close crowds and the knowledge that COVID was making a rapid resurgence. We still had a few states to cross, and had no time to get caught up in some global pandemic.
You see, I feel sad when you're sad.
Here's one of the locks, old locks. That goes down pretty deep, what, about 20 feet maybe? Check out all this lichen over here. It's really pretty. Here we are at Cuyahoga Valley, one of the locks. There you go, there's one of the locks. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty doggone cool. Let's stop. This is good stuff. Neat little part of the path here. Looks like it goes way down there. It goes underneath us. Let's see the So this is where the, I guess where the river and the canal would have met. So here's the river right here. What a cool little spot. I gotta get this gas station up here.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta get that one.
Yeah. Wow, what a cool bridge. This is one of the lock houses, and there's one of the locks, the gate.
There's my shadow.
The gates.
Lock. Not too different from locks today.
There's a statue of one of the mules. They used to tow the boats through the canal on the towpath.
One of the taverns along the canal.
Oh, you look so pretty.
Eventually we reached the road for our hotel for the night. Battling the noise, traffic, and chaos that is life in the big city, we made our way to our room. Another amazing day behind us.
How you doing? What's going on over there in camera land? We're riding through Cleveland. Whoops, hold on, got a biker. Go ahead. That woman who just kind of jogged past you just looked at you and just said, "Oh my God." She's staring at your bags. What the hell?
Crazy?
That's what most people think.
Get that reaction a lot, actually.
Some people think we're really cool, but most people just look at us like,
Why would you do
okay,
that to
that's
yourself?
just stupid. Anyway, it'll be a short day today. Trying to take it easy on Julianna's thumb. Beautiful morning here in Cleveland. Go ahead. I'm gonna try it again. I'm trying to do this without chewing gum. I'm gonna ride through the city and then up along Lake Erie.
Yeah, excited to see Lake Erie.
That'll be very cool.
Yeah.
We've seen a bunch of bodies of water. The Columbia, the Mississippi, the Missouri, the Ohio. Now we get to get a little taste of the Great Lakes. Well, I don't know if our route is going to take us through downtown Cleveland or what we're going to see, but we're not going to spend a lot of time in town. We're just going to kind of come through and head out. So party on, Garth. We're coming into Cleveland on the Cuyahoga Valley Trail, but you can see how wide this valley is. This bridge. Guess it's one of the interstates. Big, long, high bridge over this seemingly insignificant little valley. It's a small river, but it's cool. You feel it getting to be more city-like with every few feet. It's just getting a little bit more urban. I love riding into the city, but sometimes it can be a real pain in the butt. All I know is I am anxious to see Lake Erie. Never really spent much time on Lake Erie. Probably seen it, glancing at it. We're going to be riding along it for 200 miles. We're going to get to know it pretty well. Did a little Google researching this morning on Cleveland and East Cleveland, which it looks like we'll kind of be skirting. Not good, high crime rates. It's a little sketchy, you know. You hate to be alone with your bike in a place that's not safe, you know. So that's kind of our reasoning for not really spending a ton of time here. Haven't really heard many good things about Cleveland. This doesn't look that scary.
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always, they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation.
Everywhere we go, it's America.
Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with it.
One of the very cool things about riding through a city, it's just changing all the time, from block to block. You have beautiful architecture, you can have rundown neighborhoods, beautiful parks, all over the board. This is a pretty little part of town. Love this parkway. It's gorgeous. There she is, the Great Lake of Erie. It's right past that wall. We're gonna find it. We're gonna get a good look at it before we leave town. So far, Cleveland's been a really pretty town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very nice.
been liking it. All
I've
right.
gotten some film of those guys with their fish.
Oh shit! I'm gonna go back. Our first view of the Great Lakes, Lake Erie. She's a beaut. Off in the distance, downtown Cleveland. On a beautiful Sunday morning in September. So you know it's cool. We started with our wheels in the Pacific. We went across Puget Sound. We went across the Hood Canal. We went along the Columbia and the Missouri and the Mississippi and the Ohio. And here we are. We just made it to the Great Lakes, and another chapter has really begun. We're going to be riding this for a couple hundred miles, but it feels awesome. Very nice, and just cool to see the Great Lakes. Love the look of it. It's always so clean and blue and fresh. Love it. All right, we're here at Lake Erie, yeah, Cleveland, Ohio, and we just met Shalira Taylor, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just here. She just parked her Jeep here on the grass, just looking out over the water.
Enjoying her Sunday.
Having a great afternoon. It's just gorgeous out here. And she's doing what you should be doing, which is just enjoying the day.
That's right.
Sitting back, kicking back.
So so nice to meet
Loving
both
life.
of you guys.
Nice to meet you too,
So
Sheila.
great.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for being part of our YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to be part of it. It's so cool.
And thanks for the donation to the cause.
No,
Yeah.
no problem. No problem.
A lot of wind coming off that lake.
We left Cleveland with a brisk wind off the lake and headed east. In time, the lakefront gave way to shady neighborhoods lined with beautiful beach homes, which gave way to suburbs until we eventually reached our hotel. Tomorrow we follow the lakeshore and a new chapter of our trip.